Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, a little notify bell next to it. Seems like notifications work today. Apparently, they didn't work yesterday. I kind of have a feeling why, and it was on me. We started the stream as unlisted because we were doing a thing the other day, and then after I had already started the stream, I hit public, and I think that kept a lot of the notifications from going out.
Seems that way.
I think everybody got their notifications today, so YouTube, at least today, did what they were supposed to do because there's like 500 people almost here. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys are doing good.
Yes.
This is, of course, Going In Raw. We're about to talk about a huge episode of Monday Night Raw. At least in the end it was. I thought it was a pretty decent episode.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. You can find us at the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. If you want to support Going In Raw, it's a fantastic way to do it. Today, after the show, we've got post-show, yay or nay. It's 30 minutes of goodness. Jason the Cabbie sent me over a video.
Oh.
God, now I forget what it was, but he sent it to either my DMs or down an email or something. I wonder if it's in here. And that's what we're going to watch today. Hopefully it won't get us copyrighted.
Do you remember what it is?
Well, that's what I was trying to remember.
Oh.
Let's see. It wasn't there. Where did he send that to me? Maybe it was just here. I don't know where it was. Anyways, I'll figure it out. So, yeah, there's that. Post shows are always fun. And then we're also on the ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw.
We are.
There was no SummerSlam sale.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was kind of weird. What's the deal with that? No SummerSlam sale. People want their 20% off because of SummerSlam, Larson.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Yeah. And then we're also at friendomarket.com. We got a couple shirts left.
We do.
We got a new order this morning. Who was that ordered that shirt this morning?
Yeah, I just noticed that myself.
That was
Daniel Hamilton.
Thank you. There you go. Yeah. Our takeover review is finally up. Went up this morning. Early in the morning, so you can check that out.
7 a.m. Pacific time.
In a nutshell, before we get to some super chats, let's talk about Raw in a nutshell.
All right.
I thought it was exciting. I liked it. That was good.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
You know, you get the Shield back together doing Shield things is usually good things.
Yeah. Did you mark out pretty hard when you saw that? It was probably spoiled for you in advance, huh?
And even if it hadn't been, I wouldn't have been like, oh dang, it wouldn't be like a massive mark out moment. It's like, oh, okay.
I marked out.
I see what they're doing here.
Yeah. I marked out. I thought it was rad. I thought taking advantage of the situation, Dean being back, let's just do the Shield.
I know. Again, though, it doesn't make Braun look that great.
Jason Camacho, brand new order there on the Friendo Market. Look at that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason Camacho.
Braun doesn't look great out of all this.
It was just the Shield.
I know.
They took out Ryback, remember, when they debuted?
Again.
You know, he's huge. Ryback was huge at the time. He was fighting for the title, I think, at the time.
It's just because John Cena was hurt.
So it doesn't look Braun making credit, doesn't make Braun look
great.
all that smart. But I mean, come on, it's three guys.
Again,
it's the Intercontinental, the Universal, and the returning Dean Ambrose.
It's less the Shield powerbombing him through the table. It's more he did the same thing again he did at SummerSlam.
He didn't learn his lesson.
No, he went to Finn and goes, I'm not going to attack someone from behind. I'm going to challenge him face to face. I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah.
Whoever wins Universal title match, I'm going to cash in on.
Yeah.
So that's just advance warning, but whoever you face has still gone through a match. It's not that different. Just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do this."
That stuff is hilarious. It's so bad. It's so bad.
If he really wants to, not be viewed as a coward,
Finn put Roman through the ringer.
Yeah,
yeah.
So if Braun doesn't be viewed as a coward, then just say, "All right, this date, this Raw pay-per-view, this time, main event, me versus Universal Champion." That's how you do it.
Yeah, I know. It's really silly.
It's like they want to have a traditional Money in the Bank cash in, but they want to have a face do it.
So all they do is have him say that he's not doing it traditionally,
even though he is, for all intents and purposes, doing a traditional Money in the Bank.
I don't because I get it. It just makes him come off as not the smartest guy in the world, which I'm okay with, and a bit of a hypocrite. But I'm okay with that. I don't care about that. Look, man, he can't. Not everybody can be, on the level. He's a big, strong beast guy. Doesn't mean he's the smartest guy.
Well, my worry is partially that they're doing things to kind of torpedo Strowman's popularity a bit to help Roman. I have no evidence, and I'm not saying this is what they're doing.
You got your insiders looking into that?
No, I have no inside sources. No.
Okay, so the cynic in me would probably agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it's more this, though. I think it's more this. This is a less cynical take, and I think it's maybe more realistic. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They know that Braun is supremely over. They know that he is super over, and he will be fun. Sometimes they take for granted, I'll give you this, sometimes they take for granted how much a guy can go through before the crowd starts to...
As evidenced by Bray Wyatt. I think they just thought Bray Wyatt could lose and lose and lose and lose and lose, but since there was this mystique about him, that it didn't matter because they'll eventually give him a modest push, put the title on, and people will be cool with it, and they were for a moment. But then we saw the outcome, and at WrestleMania last year, I think that was the moment people stopped caring about Bray Wyatt after he lost to a boring face Randy Orton in a boring match.
The non-cynic in me thinks that, man, people always talk about dream matchups. And now we have one, The Shield, which is one of the most over units in history, versus Braun Strowman, one of the most over guys. Now, they do need to equal it out a little bit in terms of his... Like when they all got on him and he was able to fend them off the first time around, that was cool. We need more things like that where he can establish exactly why it takes 3 guys.
You know what? You know what Strowman needs to do? He needs to enlist Kevin Owens.
Ooh, I like that.
That would be great.
I was in my car this morning.
Uneasy alliance.
On the way over, thinking about the Undisputed Era. Because I just do. Do you ever find yourself just thinking
about Undisputed Era? Yeah.
Right. It happens a lot these days, right? Yeah. I was listening to their music. I was thinking about them.
Sometimes I'll just think about them. I'll just be at home making a sandwich. Put that up right to my sandwich.
Right, to the sandwich. Exactly.
Hey, turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gypsy came up to me this morning. She started barking at me. I said,
sandwich, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah.
And that's undisputed.
Gypsy, we're going to go for a walk. And that's undisputed. Anyways, Kevin Owens in the Undisputed Era, yay or nay?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It wouldn't mess up the chemistry?
No. Hell no.
All right, so Kevin Owens...
That would be half of the Mount Rushmore wrestling.
Yeah.
Adam Cole and Kevin Owens.
If Braun Strowman...
Bring the Young Bucks in, too.
Hold on a second. If Braun Strowman just basically treated Kevin Owens no different than a pile of trash he was throwing out in his dumpster at home...
how he has been treating him.
He just treated him at SummerSlam like that.
I know.
Kevin Owens is basically the least effective person in the WWE right now.
Yeah.
What possible use would Braun Strowman have? Like just somebody like a human shield?
A weapon, yeah.
Yeah, a projectile?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I was just thinking if they want to even the odds, there's history between the two of them. I don't know who else they could get.
No, I'd be down with it.
I was actually thinking once the Shield showed up and you got Finn there.
Uh-huh.
New version of the club, Balor Club, have him enlist. I mean, I've kind of given up hope on Gallows and Anderson being relevant in WWE anytime soon, unfortunately, even though they're great. They just don't treat them like legitimate superstars.
No, I agree.
So have Finn enlist someone else, especially that sequence in the match where Finn was getting super intense, just kicking and stomping away on Roman. That was fantastic. The crowd was super into it.
Yeah, they were into that.
Anyways, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's do some super chats and we'll start the rundown.
No, because that's something I was thinking about also, just so I don't forget. When Finn was doing all that, I was just thinking to myself, he could be like the WWE's version of Naito. Like he could be so over if they gave him so much of that attitude. That. Yeah, just let him do the gun finger thing.
He does that when he does the apron kick.
Yeah, but it's more of like a I don't know.
He's just more pointing.
It's
as
a point as a gun.
Yeah, firearms reference.
If you don't do this, if he just had like some stank attitude, oh god, he'd be even more over than he is right now. I just wonder. I wonder. We talked about this kind of with Del Rio. I wonder the same thing. If when you meet Finn, he's so lovely and charming that you think to yourself, why would I want to change this? The people need to see this.
Maybe it's that, but also you see him in a room, he just connects with people automatically.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would I mess with this guy?
Yeah.
Ford has a natural connection with seemingly everybody.
That could be.
That's got to translate.
Yeah.
But then how can you not see his work in New Japan and think, oh my gosh, this guy's a money heel or anti-hero?
Tell me about it. On the other hand, I think they make a ton of money off his merch.
Oh gosh,
I really do. Let's get to some super chats.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna answer the question: did the Shield? A lot of people are asking this. I think it's fairly obvious. A lot of people are saying, did the Shield turn heel last night?
No, it's just the Shield doing Shield things.
We're gonna answer that after the super chat. You just answered it.
All right, eyebrow. What wrestlers could survive the purge? Well, the Shield.
Oh,
Undisputed Era. Of course.
and that's undisputed.
Probably
Bud
Lars
Ryan.
Sullivan, too.
Bud who?
Lars Sullivan.
Oh, I thought you said Kevin Sullivan. Bud Ryan. Reigns has a clean slate with me. No sense dwelling on the past. Booking it only ruins
Your
enjoyment.
Cheer a boo
yeah.
on what they do going forward. Love you guys.
Thanks for taking over the reins from me. I had a
You
hard
know-
time reading English.
I'm not going to say you disregard what happened in the past because there's been some pretty huge missteps.
Oh, I am. I love this attitude, man. I love this attitude.
Let me finish, though. However, I think you can't harbor all that stuff. You can consider it, but don't harbor it, and don't hold that all against him.
Yeah.
Reigns has made strides. What they've done lately has been working. In the broad sense, yes, I agree. Base your opinion on Reigns based on what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Predominantly.
Don't forget history, though.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can consider it all, but don't disregard what's in front of you just because of what may happen in the past.
It is kind of interesting, though, that he comes out and he gets a huge reaction, and it is fairly split. A lot of people are cheering, a lot of people are booing. He comes out, and as soon as he says what? He says, I'm going to defend this a lot, and I'm going to defend it tonight. Not a one boo in that audience. And I wonder, I mean, it is funny because in the end, the WWE scorched earth policy with the Universal Championship so far seems to have worked, because all people want in the end is be here and defend it, which is a weird way of,
Operating, I know.
People took it for
the
granted,
The
I
bar
guess.
is that low now.
It's
Just
pretty
be
low
here
bar.
and defend it. Kuya Paul, did Roman have a legit cry face after winning the belt? I think it finally hit him that he won on Sunday, to be honest.
I'll
Hearty
say this. His performance last night did come off like there was a massive weight off his shoulders. Massive.
Let me ask you this, and maybe this is a conversation we should wait to have later, but nonetheless, I'm going to ask it now.
Okay.
Do you think that something like this was what they had planned for Mania, but they had to ditch it all because Ambrose got hurt?
Oh, like the Raw after Mania, like the Shield come out. It's possible.
Like
yeah, that
Roman could have beat Brock at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
and then the next night.
Things would have been completely different had Dean not got injured.
Yeah.
Because they would have been able to pull the trigger on exactly what we're seeing now. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All the Shield with all the titles in the ring.
Yeah.
People would pop for that big time.
Yeah.
Could you imagine at the end how about this? At the end of Mania, Roman wins that title in like a drag out knockout fight, right? Brock maybe isn't, all the way dead. He comes, and after Roman wins the title, Brock starts beating him up, and the Shield come down. They take care of Brock.
Powerbomb through the announce table.
Powerbomb to the announce table. Nobody in that crowd would be booing Roman Reigns at that
No,
point.
they'd have to be standing in the ring with the Universal and Tag Team Championships. Pretty massive.
Yeah.
As long as this gets us to a Shield triple threat for the title of Mania, I'll be happy.
That'll be fun.
Go ahead.
John Curley was afraid you guys already started, so I skipped the ad. The screen was still on.
Dun, 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 dun. I think the theme song. Isn't that what plays during the...
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun,
I've never seen it. I've never seen it like that. By the way, sorry, not to interrupt you. If anybody has, during the course of the show, any updates on Post Malone and his plane situation right now, please let us know. He's in my prayers.
Steve Howland.
He is, man. There's 16 people on that plane.
Oh, okay. €5.50. Received my Slayus pack today in Southwest Ireland. Thanks, friendos. Awesome.
Nice. All right. Yeah, there's two. Mike Moore, if you're listening, yours went out yesterday. I apologize for the delay. Time flies. And then there's, I think, a couple more that I have to send off today.
DJ Chicken. Happy Taco Tuesday from Texas. In regard to hip action, remember Mojo had the dick wiggle for a little bit. That's right. I'd forgotten about the dick wiggle.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
that was short-lived.
It was.
Yeah.
Also, can I get a shirt that says Scuzzy with a picture of Rick Rude on it? We probably can't put Rick Rude on a shirt.
We can't do
Rick
that. Rick Rude license. That's a WWE thing. Dean Thomas. Finally get to see you live at work. That's my favorite when they're at work.
Oh, I know.
Been a friendo since 10FT. What is 10FT?
10 for the win, man.
Oh, that's right. We brought that back on Fridays in the post show. Enjoy some Frito burritos on me. Thank you very much, Dean. The elite Norwegian 50 kroners. Michael Cole ruined the main event for me. He just sounds like Vince's biatch now. Wow. Mr. Blue 7. Doesn't having the Shield come out kind of make Roman look weak? He's this guy who kicks out of 4 F5s, then he shouldn't need help. I view it more as, hey, we've got our friend's back. It's not that he needs us, but we have his back. We're happy to be here in our SWAT gear. The Jeffem, Should Ziggler, Drew, and Monster versus Shield? Could Braun Strowman enlist the aid of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler? That's not good company to keep right there. I know that's bad company.
True Phase. If I were to keep the titles on Reigns and Rollins, what belt would you put on Dean to make the Shield trifecta champions? I think the fact that Dean doesn't have a belt is going to lead to the dissolution of the Shield again in the main event of WrestleMania for the Universal title.
Could be.
That's my hope.
Could be. They could have the tag titles for a little bit and then lose them.
They could.
That'd be best. It's not like he did anything with the U.S. title when he had it in the first place.
No. Yeah. Now the U.S. title's on a different brand.
All right, let's kick off the beginning of the show.
So wait, I wasn't paying attention. What's the deal with Post Malone? There's no wheels on his plane?
Oh, man. Yeah, so there's no tires, I think, on his plane.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
So when it took off,
it blew
apparently
2 tires.
Both the tires, out of 3 tires, I believe,
There's only 1 tire left.
blew out. So I'm pretty sure he only has maybe the front one. And so they're figuring out now which airport to make an emergency landing at. Like that situation when you and I were on that plane.
Oh, going out of
Houston. They had like 13 fire engines.
Yeah.
The entire state of Texas sent their fire engines out.
Seemed that way in Houston, yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, that's rough. Hopefully they find a safe place to land. I hope
so.
I didn't mean to be dismissive. I didn't know the full extent because I wasn't paying attention when you said earlier, the full extent of the danger before them. So, safe landings.
Yeah. Ooh, hey.
I tried to look.
It's not like, he's not just like on a tarmac somewhere delayed.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Sending your prayers.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Roman Reigns.
What about him?
He came out first last night. Now we're going to get into the actual show.
Okay. So, yeah, Roman Reigns comes out. Crowd boos and cheers him. Very definition of a mixed reaction.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You could see on his face, number one, like I said, seemed like there was a weight lifted. But also, number two, he knew completely that he was about to turn that crowd around because everybody loves Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah.
And Roman Reigns is now, he's
out there righting some previous wrongs.
Crap, what's that word? It's a rich guy who gives a lot to charity.
Philanthropist.
Yes, he's a philanthropist.
He's the WWE Universe philanthropist.
He's looking to right the wrongs of the past. Finn Balor never got his rematch, so
Kevin Owens is doing one too.
Yeah, maybe that's next week. Roman Reigns said, hey, listen, there's another guy out there. He says, I'm going to defend this title, and I'm going to defend it tonight. There's a guy who never got his rematch after winning it right here in Brooklyn, and the crowd instantly was like putting the math together. Oh, Finn, that's Finn.
It's Finn Balor.
He's talking about Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
And he said, Finn Balor, this is your life. Come on down. Finn Balor says, I accept your challenge.
And then Roman says, let's make it official. They shake hands. Baron Corbin comes out. Says, hey, after the stunt you pulled, I had a match with Human Balor. You violated contract by Demon Balor.
He said you no-showed.
Yeah.
And sent Demon Balor instead. I have to appreciate how in kayfabe that comment is.
It was all great. The whole thing was great.
It really was.
Because he said he wanted a match against Man Balor tonight.
Does Corbin have a point, yay or nay?
Well, I mean, they're both Finn Balor.
I feel like you need to prepare for the fact there's a nebula above you when you're fighting Demon, though.
I understand that Baron was ill-prepared for his opponent. But regardless of how you dress Finn Balor, he's still Finn Balor.
His central point was actually kind of sound, though.
Oh, it was.
With all the theatrics and the smoke, he says, I could barely even see.
Yeah.
So it's like,
No, I'm not saying he doesn't have a point. Nonetheless.
Yeah.
So long as Finn Balor was in that ring, you had a match against Finn Balor, whether he was in demon gear or not.
Yeah.
That's still Finn Balor standing across from you. It's funny that he said that you no-showed.
That was great.
And Demon Balor had the match.
That was good. Hey, I think they're really. I think Corbin is doing a good job, and they're rewarding him.
Yes.
Because then Kurt Angle came out and he said, "Hold the tranquilo there, Baron Corbin. Now I make the matches around here tonight. In the main event, we're getting Reigns versus Balor in the main event. But right now, you're gonna have a match, Corbin, and it's against this guy." And I was hoping for a call up. That was kind of weird, right?
0 call-ups, yeah.
No call-ups.
The only thing I can think of is maybe, especially after the women's title presentation segment, is that Stephanie's going to make a phone call and we'll see someone next week on Raw.
I was hoping Shayna Baszler would come out tonight. Ooh, that'd have been hot.
You mean last night or tonight?
Sorry, last night.
Well, I'm saying, given what happened last night, Stephanie might make a phone call.
Smartest thing in the world to make Shayna her proxy. That'd be so great. Mm-hmm. Friendship's one thing, but money's another.
Yep.
Ooh,
money and prestige.
Good. Yeah, that'd be good.
So like that first match of the night gave a ton of time. Baron Corbin versus Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent match.
Yeah, it was a decent match. I like Corbin and I like Lashley.
Yeah.
There was one scary bit though, and I'm sure this was I'm sure this was fine, but that bit where Corbin just like pushed Lashley out of the ring, basically, like he sort of his head hit the ropes and he went through, landed the apron, landed outside. It looked rough.
Yeah,
but
there's a couple nasty bumps. Lashley's taking over the top rope.
Yeah,
to the outside.
But otherwise, this is a fun match. Lashley picked up the win.
I don't even know what you call that movie. Like, got him up in kind of like a powerbomb position on his shoulder, and then dumped him on his face.
I'm trying to remember the spot. Yeah,
hit him on his shoulder like this, not exactly powerbomb, and just flipped him over.
Oh,
and
yeah,
on his face. Yeah.
Well, it's
new
kind of
move
like
for Bobby.
Yeah, is it?
I'm sure he's done it, but I don't think he's used it as a finisher since he's been in WWE.
Yeah,
Again,
maybe not.
Usually he's used a spear. It's a spear.
Oh, it's a spear. Oh, okay.
Yeah, or he's won with the stalling suplex too.
Okay. Who did it? Oh, it was Batista who just did the sit-down power bomb.
Batista bomb.
Yeah, Batista bomb.
Do the thumbs down.
No, it's Sammy Callahan's thing. Anyways, yeah, so Bobby Lashley goes over. I was kind of bummed out, though. I wanted to see Baron Corbin go over.
Well, he kind of did later on.
That's true. That is true. In a way that matters more. After that, this was great. Kurt Angle and Paul Heyman backstage.
This was fantastic. Great way to write Brock Lesnar off TV for a while.
Paul said, so you probably thought Brock Lesnar would be halfway
to the octagon.
Yeah, to the UFC. No, he wants to be two-sport champion, and everybody watching is like, no. And then sure enough, Kurt Angle shut it down. He says, yeah, he's got a rematch clause, but there is no indication as to when that rematch is going to happen. And Paul Heyman said, I'm not talking about this week or next week, but how about at Hell in a Cell? And Kurt Angle said, how about when hell freezes over? Get out of here.
Yeah.
And then he left.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I liked
Brock's written off until after his fight.
That was good.
After that, commercial break, come back, Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin backstage. Baron's upset about what happened to open the show. He was in that match, lost the match, all this stuff.
Yeah, man.
Baron's he's angry.
That's a good point. After that, we had Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Ember Moon versus the entirety of the Riot Squad.
This again was a decent match. They gave it a ton of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is good.
And they're giving the Riot Squad a bit of a push.
Yeah, they need it desperately.
Yeah.
But they need, I don't know, I have no idea what to do with them. They do need something like more, though. I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
They haven't been going around backstage just being a nuisance anymore, though. So that's good.
That's good, but at least that was something to do with them.
And I like how they're booking Ruby Riott pretty strong.
No, I like that a lot. I like that. It's just her promos are always so overdone. Here's the thing. She's really good with whatever they tell her to do, be it keep it natural, be babyface, be heel. She's really good at.
Yeah.
It's just the writing is really like goofy.
Yeah.
It's cartoony.
No, it is.
So I'm not huge on it. I've always had a problem with them though because they just thematically don't seem to fit.
They don't.
Sarah Logan should just be her own like Viking thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Liv Morgan should just do her own thing.
Liv Morgan should just like they're too. What's the word?
There's no unifying thing.
Yeah.
Aesthetically about them.
Yeah.
Or even in terms of their personalities or how they've established their relationship. It was just three cults from NXT they needed to do something with, so they put them together.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with Absolution, there was a point to why Paige brought him up.
Yeah, no,
there was a rationale for it. There was a reasoning why they were together. We have yet to get that for Riot Squad, really.
Ruby Riott went over after a Riot kick.
To Sasha. It's 2 weeks in a row now that Ruby Riott's pinned Sasha Banks.
Yes. So maybe they'll do the tag title thing. Tonight's SmackDown is called Special Edition of SmackDown. That they use the word Special Edition.
Why not Wild Card Finals?
You know, every time that we don't get a yearly Wild Card Finals.
I'm not exactly sure what the Wild Card Finals is all about, but it's a great name.
Me neither, man.
Great.
In the Wild Card Finals, I have forgotten about it, and it just makes me. It is.
After that, a fantastic Triple H promo, even though he stumbled a little bit towards the middle.
It's never a Triple H promo unless he stumbles a little bit in the middle.
He had a tough time recovering from that stumble, but the first half of it was great.
Yeah.
Recounting, or talking about how the SummerSlam weekend lit a fire under him. And
wanted to take my clothes off.
Yeah.
I wanted to tape up my hands or wrists or whatever I tape up.
Lace up my boots
and be the game again.
Yeah.
You still got it.
It was all good stuff.
Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Recounting his history with The Undertaker, the call from Vince about the show in Australia, where Vince says, hey, this guy in Australia wants to do the show. Are you in? Hell yeah. I want you to face The Undertaker. Hell no.
And I said, hell no.
And then he talked about end of the era match and how all three of them, while still very much involved in wrestling, went their different ways. he went to the front office, began wearing that suit. Undertaker kind of retired, even though Triple H kind of forgot about what happened at WrestleMania this past year against John Cena. But whatever, he's trying to tell a story.
It's okay.
And then Shawn Michaels, he appears every now and again, but in terms of an on-camera presence, basically gone. And he says, essentially the era ended that night, but is coming back for Super Showdown.
The era is back. Hold on, Triple H. Let's not use the word era again until we're talking about the Undisputed Era.
Now, that's why he said it, because Undisputed Era is going to do a run-in and beat them all up.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
Great way to end the show.
Cody Miles mentions the Bobby Lashley finisher. Isn't that the Dominator, his old finisher?
Oh, all right.
Maybe that's it. Neither of us were big Lashley guys. I just thought I'd seen it before.
No, I know I'd seen the move before. I don't recall him doing it since he's been back.
Alex C. says, I like how Man Balor is officially the canon name for Finn. Yeah, it's Man Balor.
Man Balor.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a really solid promo from Triple H.
Oh,
what?
Cody says about Post Malone, they have to use all the fuel to make sure it doesn't catch fire or explode. It'll be a while before they land.
Wow.
Oh, well, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat till it does.
That's crazy.
Spend all my fucking pay.
Next, Dean Ambrose makes his in-ring return against Dolph Ziggler. Jack Dean has a new jacked moveset.
So is Dean now the powerhouse of the group?
Seems to be.
Yeah, man. Or at least he's moved
He
up.
was, maybe, and this is speculation, he's been out of the ring for 8 months. Maybe his cardio's not where it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
He still needs to get himself fully back into ring shape.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me trying to find an explanation for him working a slower, more deliberate pace.
Yeah.
As opposed to him just being jacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it could just be now that he's jacked, they want to take advantage of the fact that he's jacked.
Well, it was no. You've made this point a lot of times before. Things that you want to see, and sometimes things we do see. I wonder if it's a tell for what we're going to see.
Yeah, because
he's changed his moveset.
Yeah.
Less exciting, more based on power stuff. I could totally see that
Totally,
playing
I thought
into.
that too.
Yeah.
That there was all a harbinger of things to come. Because he wasn't running around the rope super fast. He didn't do his thing where he bounced off the middle rope. None of that.
Yeah.
It was just
the transformation of Dean Ambrose is exactly suited for what we're going to get.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be the
It was
new
heavy
Plan
on
B guy.
chops. And they were good chops. None of those chops punches he used to throw that looked like he was not really hurting anything.
Yeah.
A body slam. I've never seen him do that. And he finished the match in fantastic fashion. Dolph goes for a DDT. And essentially, Dean does a pop-up Dirty Deeds.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
No, it was cool. And commentary is really pushing the fact that he's got a new moveset. So, yeah, that's totally deliberate. After that, we had Elias backstage. He was chewing out some stagehands, just yelling at them. I think he said later on he fired like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Then we had Finn Balor in his locker room, in the locker room. This is the winner's locker room, though. He'll never be in the loser's locker room.
No.
Braun Strowman comes up to him and says,
Hey, like I said yesterday, I do things in front of your face. So good luck tonight.
and he holds up the Money in the Bank briefcase. And he's like, man, just because you're telling me you're going to take advantage of me afterwards, it doesn't make you less of a coward for doing so.
I know.
But
If
nobody's
you
going to
really
say
wanna
that
do it
to Braun
completely
Strowman's face.
non-cowardly way. Declare day, time, venue, when you want to have that match. Schedule it in advance.
Exactly.
Next, Elias out there dropping a promo. And he was talking about what happened at SummerSlam. He did mention that the Fender guitar thing, said it wasn't the quality of the instrument. He was sabotaged, he thought.
So another whodunit.
Kind of, yeah.
Raw was inspired by it.
And that's why he was going. He was, talking trash to stagehand, trying to find out what happened to his guitar. So he begins to play a song, and he's interrupted by Kurt Hawkins. And Kurt Hawkins says he wants the match. He wants to beat him. Elias calls him a loser, tells him to get out of there. At first, Kurt does. He stops, turns around, walks back to the ring. They have a match, and Elias wins pretty quickly.
Kurt Hawkins had his own, what was that, George McFly moment when
Yeah.
when Biff, which time was that he started to walk away? Because remember, there was 2 of them. There was when Biff was like trying to violently get with Lorraine,
Yeah.
the future Mrs. McFly,
Yeah.
and then he goes and he punches Biff. But then there's also later on the moment of the dance when that one dude was like, "Hey, McFly, let me dance with your girl," and then he starts to walk away, and she's like, "Come back."
Yeah.
And then he says, "Hey, I'm George McFly. You're not me." Anyways, I like that the camera was on Kurt Hawkins as like he's walking up and he's contemplating what to do.
Yeah, it was good direction.
Is Elias going to be Kurt Hawkins?
No.
No? You don't think so?
No.
This isn't going to be a program?
No, this is the end of it.
I'd love this to be a program, man. Here's the thing about Kurt Hawkins. This dude always looks like he's in great shape.
Oh, man, yeah. Speaking of jacked.
Jacked, right? And
Yeah.
his waist is all thin.
I know he's great on the mic.
He's great on the mic.
He's a good wrestler.
What am I missing here?
I don't know.
What am I missing? This guy seems like he's the type to always show up ready to do whatever they want him to do.
In this case, lose. But yes.
In the last 219 cases, lose.
Yes.
And he's done it better than anybody else would.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a bummer. I want him to get a win. I want him to have a story where he finally gets a win.
Oh, I do too.
After that, we had Titus Worldwide backstage. It was kind of awkward. Like, Titus came up on Apollo and Dana Brooke.
And Dana's saying, I have a new strategy of how to beat the authors of pain.
Yeah, but the way Titus approached them, it was like they stopped talking about whatever they were talking about. And then there was a fallout video after they lost to the Authors of Pain where they were just completely like, Titus was like, got to go back to the drawing board again. And Apollo Crews was like, look, it's okay. We'll do that. And he's like, yeah, just keep on drawing. So, yeah, it's...
Are they teasing the end of Titus Worldwide?
Doesn't matter. Apollo Crews needs to join like a new faction. I don't trust them with him solo still. He needs to join a new faction.
Who?
Put him with like Chad Gable or something. As a tag team.
Oh, it'd be good.
Boy, that'd be a fun tag team.
It'd be really good.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't think they would necessarily book him any stronger than Titus Worldwide.
And then like a third guy.
Who's another really exceptional athlete and a really good wrestler on Raw that's not really doing anything?
You know what they should do? Remember that rumor we heard that they were going to do that thing with Dolph where it was like a bunch of wrestlers?
Oh, yeah.
Do that. Like bring back Jason Jordan. Bring him back with Chad Gable.
Yeah.
But then also Apollo Crews. I don't know if he has an actual like... Does he have like amateur wrestling background? I don't know.
Who?
Apollo Crews.
That I don't know.
Yeah. And then I don't know, some other amateur wrestler. You got the list of the...
Yeah, so Chad Gable, Jason Jordan. Bob Roode's not doing anything.
You know what? Hey, if he started a faction, then I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
If they did cool stuff. That's all you need
Pretty much
really in
it.
a faction. No matter who it is, as long as you do cool stuff.
Exactly.
So,
So
yeah.
Authors of Pain had a match against Titus Worldwide. They lost. Akam pinned Apollo Crews after the last chapter.
Yeah.
Seems to be the beginning of the end for Titus Worldwide.
Not looking good, man.
Next, a Ronda Rousey Women's Championship presentation. This was awkward.
Yeah, this was not ideal. This definitely wasn't ideal.
I don't like keep pushing this thing where Stephanie's taking credit for everything Ronda Rousey does. I understand what the point of it is to get heat on her, but it just came. This isn't the first time they've done it, but it was an odd pivot post WrestleMania
Yeah.
where Stephanie taps out, loses the match, and then shortly thereafter pivots and starts to take credit for all of Ronda's success.
It was awkward. So they're trying. This whole thing was trying to make Ronda look like she's not entitled. You know what I mean? Like, obviously she came in, she had like, a couple matches.
Yeah.
And then she won
3.
the title. 3 matches. And she wins the title in dominant fashion, like made Alexa Bliss look like a joke, right? And so it's obvious that they're just fast-tracking Ronda because she's a big name and she's a mainstream celeb and stuff. And that's fine. And I think Ronda is doing fine. I think she's doing great. Way better than anybody could be expected to in this position. And the fact that she was able to get on the mic last night with Stephanie and at least, perform up to expectation, that's a pretty intimidating prospect.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes off as so disingenuous,
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It's like, no, this belt is all of us. This is for all of us. It's like, no, man, I'd rather see her say, yeah, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody. And she did say, she said, I'm looking forward to fighting all of you in this ring and everything. And she put a couple people over. But yeah, the whole thing was kind of awkward. It was. But I don't know. I feel like they mapped out to this point pretty decently with Ronda.
Yeah.
And then last night was just sort of like, okay, so we kind of know where we're going to go with this, which is probably Survivor Series Horsewoman or Horsewoman, and then maybe do some Shayna Baszler stuff in the meantime.
Yeah.
Because that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
But like, how do we get to Shayna? And they came up with this.
Yeah, that seems to be part of it.
You know,
it's
just
an element because, again, if
seemed
next
like
week,
a placeholder thing.
if next week Stephanie brings Shayna Baszler out,
Yeah.
it's, motivated short term.
Yeah.
So,
But no, it was awkward. It was awkward. I mean, it's not Ronda's thing to have the mic and take command of it. That's not her thing.
No,
and
no.
it wouldn't be anybody's thing unless your name's Kurt Angle.
I know.
That dude got on the mic and immediately he was money.
Oh, heck yeah.
Stephanie
said a thing where like the Ronda you saw at Survivor or at SummerSlam was the Ronda that wants to go around breaking everybody's arms. Mm-hmm. And Ronda says, "No, that's not true. I'm only going to break the arms of people who deserve it."
Yeah.
And with that, she stared down at Stephanie, and Stephanie's like, "Oh crap,
dear.
I said the wrong thing."
Judo throw and
Armbar.
then the armbar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was what it was.
Yep.
A little awkward.
Next, we had a pair of matches between members of B Team and the Revival. And both these singles matches were won by Revival members.
Which means they're probably never going to sniff those actual tag team titles.
I know.
Because we've been through this before. We did this before.
Yep.
Yeah.
The algorithm is
Well, on
you
the other
show
hand,
the Revival as the better tag team in terms
Yeah.
of wrestling ability by having them beat Bo and Curtis in singles matches because you take the element of luck out of the equation for the most part. But when there's a tag match and the B team can somehow stumble into victory,
Yeah.
then that will happen.
Although, didn't the B team pick up singles wins over Bray and Matt?
Yeah.
Before they eventually won
I
the
think
titles?
that's more because Matt was hurt and they were just trying to tie up loose ends there.
Probably right. Yeah, so that's a bummer. But who knows? Maybe they'll get them.
Yeah.
After that, we had a Roman Reigns interview where I think it was Charlie, maybe it was Renee, asked, are you concerned at all? It was Renee. Are you concerned at all about Braun Strowman? And he says, not really.
No. This is my yard.
That's my yard. He says, I've been,
3 years trying to get this belt. Even the belt hasn't even been around for 3 years. It's more 3 years trying to beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly. Well, trying to get a top belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belt's only been around for 2 years. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Next up, we had Alexa Bliss.
Stephanie and Baron Corbin backstage. Stephanie's getting tended to by the medical staff. In walks Kurt Angle. Stephanie says, "How do you let this happen? You should have been out there." Kurt says, "I'm just general manager. I just make the matches. I wasn't out there." Stephanie says, "Yes, that's the problem. This job's taking a toll on you. Maybe you should take a vacation. You, Kurt Angle, leave of absence." Baron Corbin is now the acting general manager of Raw.
Corbin was so shitty during this.
Oh,
He
heck
kept on
yeah.
piling on. Yeah, Kurt. He's all standing back in the back. Yeah, Kurt. Where are you? You're not.
Seems like Baron's transformation in WWE creative to full-on Biff Tannen is more or less in full effect, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, butthead. So, yeah,
This is
Constable
almost
Corbin
like Biff,
is now...
Biff in his casino. We're almost at that point.
I would actually look very much forward to seeing Constable Corbin as full general manager Corbin of Corbin's Casino and Resort.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Say hi to your mom for me.
Whoa. No, Dad. It was Dad. Mom was still alive. She had... And no, it was Dad. He was going to shoot him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always so awkward when they do that. Like Marty and his mom. It was always so awkward. Like first they were like, she was like, she kissed him. And she's like, it's like kissing my brother. And then like she has like implants and he's like, what are those? Oh man. What a nightmare situation that was. Friggin' alternate 1985.
Oh, I know.
Man.
Looked like a wasteland.
It really did. Biker gangs everywhere.
I know.
So, yeah.
Finally, our main event, Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. Gave it a lot of time. It was a really good match. Great showing for Finn. Great showing for Roman Reigns.
This was a pay-per-view level match. There was
Really
a
was.
lot of intensity to Finn Balor. So yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff going on here, and the crowd was like super behind Finn, man. Like everybody knew that wasn't going to happen, but still, It was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, the finish saw Reigns getting ready to spear Finn. Cue Braun's music. He starts walking down the ring. Roman is distracted. Finn takes advantage, hits a sling blade, his shotgun drop kick, goes for the coup de grace. Reigns gets out of the way, hits a spear for the win. And as soon as like the ref's hand hits the mat for the 3 count, Strowman's already in the ring.
And Balor quantum leaps away, basically.
Yeah,
I see him kind of roll away, but like he was nowhere to be found
gone.
after that. Yeah.
Strowman kicks Reigns like in the lower abdominal area.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. He hands the ref his briefcase. JoJo starts to announce he's cashing in. Shield music hits. They walk down the ramp, not through the audience, down the ramp in full Shield gear. Dean and Seth surround the ring. Braun goes after Reigns. Shield gets in the ring. They lay out Braun to the outside. Shield goes for the powerbomb. Braun kicks Reigns off. Reigns responds with a spear. We do see Shield powerbomb through the announce table. Show closes with Shield fist bump.
Yeah. Now, Braun was able to hold them, like, to prevent the first attempt at a power bomb through the table.
Yeah.
So they did book him relatively strong. One of the weaker aspects of this, though, actually came, I think. So wait, the very I'm trying to remember the very end of Raw. Did it show them up at the top of the ramp?
No.
Okay. So there was a fallout of it. I'm sorry. It was just an WWE.com exclusive where it showed what happened immediately following the cameras went off air.
Yeah.
And they just went up to the top of the ramp. That's where I got the image from the thumbnail. And they all did the Shield bump again. The camera kept on cutting back to Braun, who was still laid out, but he was like sort of like lifting himself up and just sneering at the Shield. And I'm like, man, like, I know it's like kind of not canon because it's like, it just happened for the live audience and then for the .com. But like, he didn't get right up and like,
they're really
run
telling Braun to sell these days.
Yeah, they are.
Because one F5 like laid him out for 10 minutes. It seemed like at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, I honestly think this. Like, these days, there usually isn't too much of an issue with when you have one supremely over act going up against another supremely over act. The crowd is going to chant for just cool shit that happens regardless of who it is. So as long as they booked Braun to do cool shit against the Shield and the Shield to do cool shit against Braun,
everybody wins.
Everybody wins. The crowd's going to be into this.
I
They're
agree.
really
so long
be
as everybody's booked as strong as possible.
Now, what could be really fun about this is and I know this isn't going to happen, but back in the Attitude Era, one of the cooler things is the title would change hands a lot.
Yeah.
If they did a little bit of that,
that's what they should do.
They had Braun. Yeah,
they
go
should
ahead.
Have a Braun Reigns match, not a cash in. Have a match at Hell in the Cell or Survivor Series or something. Have the match. Have the match just be a drag out fight. Have Braun lose. Reigns goes or retains, but not without taking a ton of punishment. Maybe the Shield gets involved. After the match, Braun does, in a fury lays out everybody, grabs that briefcase, cashes in, and then wins the title that way.
That's good. That's really good.
That's how they should do it.
Now I'm sad it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
You always have the best ideas that never happen, and it bums me out. So yeah, no, I thought it was really fun. I think it felt Roman in particular, not just Roman himself, but the Roman creative behind it, behind the Shield, felt more inspired.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things too is Seth, who's probably the most over guy in the company, or one of the most over guys, at least on Raw, come out and he looked. Dean always looks mean, but Seth had his mean face on, and to see how that is going to play out, how he's going to work.
He pivoted so hard from when he came out with Dean for this match against Dolph, where he's all like, got the Dean shirt on. It's like,
yeah.
I'm here for him.
I'm here for my buddy. He's the best. I'm so happy he's back. And he still had his Thanos boot on.
Yeah. He was completely chill Seth.
Yeah, like, at SummerSlam, he comes out with the full Thanos gear, smiling guy, and then he comes out. And it's almost like he's doing it too much, just to emphasize, I'm not smiling happy Seth right now. So, no, it was, I don't know. I thought it was good. I was into it. Yeah. Brock's gone. He's going to be gone for a while. They established that. So now we can all get on with our lives.
Yes.
Now we have, you want to do some Super Chats first and then SmackDown preview?
Yeah, okay. Levi Spencer, Dean should cut down to 205 and demolish everyone. He's already kind of involved in a Shield thing right now. Justin Rogers, bring back the hardcore belt to put on Dean. Nah. Tag titles, if anything.
Alex C. in Discord says, how about Apollo just winning the tag titles on his own? It's no worse than the Raw tag division is now. That'd be something else.
That would be
kinda
something.
cool.
TJ Fuse, Shield helping Roman was hating shit at its finest.
Shield helping Roman was hating shit at its finest. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Levi Spencer. So we've had Pumpkin Balor, Nebular Balor, so on. New idea, pre-cum Balor, yay or nay?
I would say nay at this point. I think we've had a lot of good Balors.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are tired of that in-joke, so we're going to say nay.
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 Gary Smith, ahoy, friendos. Just got out of the hospital. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I mean, good he got out of the hospital. Hopefully you weren't in there for anything serious. Really missed my Going in Raw this past week. Glad I get to see it live. Hope you're doing well. Kyle Steven, I tried to draw it and failed, but I'm dying to see an Undisputed Era style Going in Raw logo on a shirt. Could you somehow wrap the letters GIR CFOS style?
I don't know. I'll see if I can try it.
Jonathan, power rank, most likely to lose to Hawkins first. I mean, Elias has to be on that list.
Still no word on Post Malone from the Eyebrow and Discord. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the update.
Still no word. Most likely to lose to Hawkins. Yeah, Elias is on that list now. Who else is on the main event? Bobby Roode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not putting anything past him now.
OG Sneakerhead, finally Finn gets his rematch after 2 years. I honestly popped huge hearing that, but only to realize it's just to get it out of the way for an Intercontinental title run. I mean, I'd be happy with an Intercontinental title run with Finn.
Me too, but that's not going to happen until... that's not going to happen for a while. I guess Seth could probably lose it en route to a Shield triple threat at Mania.
Yeah, it'd have to be that'd be necessary, I would think. Jonathan, Bob Roode, Curtis Axel, and Revival in an old school faction.
Oh, I like that. That'd
be
good.
all right. King Drew, hey friendos, wish our state luck. Got a Category 4 hurricane
Oh,
coming
no.
our way. Yeah, good luck.
Well, good luck with that, man. Wow. That's rough. Anyways, you want to answer some questions?
No, we got SmackDown preview first.
Oh yeah, that's right. SmackDown
I'll go
preview.
first.
Let's see if they brought out their A-list players.
Based on the titles, no.
Okay.
The New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. This is straight from WWE.com. The New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers meet in no disqualification title showdown. Did you hear that Eric Rowan might have hurt his arm at SummerSlam?
Oh, no.
We might see a title change on SmackDown tonight. The SummerSlam showdown between the New Day and SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Bludgeon Brothers, ended in disqualification after Rowan clobbered the challengers with his mallet, setting off a brutal beatdown.
Sorry, TJ here with another super chat said the Shield was hating on Braun.
All right.
That was hating, man. What the heck?
The New Day won the battle but left without the titles because of the disqualification ending. There will be no chance of that happening when the two teams clash tonight in a no disqualification match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Will the Bludgeon Brothers bring their mallets into battle from the get-go and pummel the challengers into submission, or can the New Day topple the monsters and claim their 5th Tag Team Championship?
Next, Jeff Hardy finally goes one-on-one with Randy Orton.
Randall
Orton has spent the last several weeks tormenting Jeff Hardy, whether it was trying to rip Hardy's ear open with his bare dick hands or attacking the charismatic Enigma and removing his trademark face paint, again, using his dick hand as primary weapon.
We'll use a towel for part of it, too.
Hardy was vulnerable to another attack from the Viper after losing to Shinsuke Nakamura on Sunday at SummerSlam, but Orton instead turned around and walked away, later saying he'd deal with Hardy on his terms. Why wouldn't those have been his terms? SmackDown General Manager Paige took to Twitter on Monday announcing that Hardy and Orton would square off on Tuesday night, and that would be the first match to take place on SmackDown Live Special Edition. What will happen when this heated rivalry hits the squared circle?
Wildcard Finals. Becky Lynch to explain her actions at SummerSlam. After months of fighting to get back into the SmackDown Women's Championship picture, Becky Lynch came up short at SummerSlam as Charlotte Flair dethroned Carmella by pinning Becky to claim the title for herself. The Irish lass kicker initially seemed to be happy for her best friend, hugging Flair, but she snapped in an instant, putting a vicious beatdown on the Queen. Lynch will explain her actions tonight on SmackDown Live. What explanation could she have for the fiery fury she unleashed on her best friend?
Is she going to get big cheers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is she going to run down the crowd?
I don't know about that. No, I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not. Just keep it between the heat between her and Charlotte.
Hot heat. AJ Styles to give exclusive interview. Heading into SummerSlam, WWE Champion AJ Styles made a promise to his family that he would not lose his cool against Samoa Joe. The Samoan submission machine, however, seemed determined to goad Styles into breaking that vow. At SummerSlam, he succeeded, as Joe's taunting of Styles' wife and daughter led to the WWE champion ruthlessly assaulting Joe with steel chair. Styles left the arena with his family, apologizing and promising that he wouldn't lose his cool like that again. But is there any going back from this for the WWE champion? We may get an answer to that question, as there will be an exclusive interview with AJ Styles during special edition Wildcard Final SmackDown Live.
Finally, what's next for Daniel Bryan and The Miz? Daniel Bryan finally got his hand on The Miz at SummerSlam, making good on his promise to punch the A-lister in the face. However, The Miz left Brooklyn victorious after Maurice slipped her husband a foreign object, which he used to clobber Bryan. Daniel Bryan was seething after the bout. Will he be out for payback?
Yes.
Find out tonight on SmackDown Live at 8, 7 Central on the USA Network.
Special
Not
edition.
included in WWE's official rundown, but confirmed, I believe on Twitter, Naomi versus Peyton Royce will take place on SmackDown tonight as well.
Naomi is the favored superstar of one Dolph Ziggler. I saw something on Twitter where he was on stage at some Q&A stand-up thing, maybe. I don't know what it was. Somebody asked him who his favorite WWE superstar currently is, and he said Naomi, because she's like super badass in the ring, and she does like crazy dance stuff too, all with a smile on her face. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. It was like, oh, that's unexpected.
Yeah.
That's neat. He should have said Shawn Michaels.
Well, Shawn Michaels isn't wrestling anymore.
He didn't care.
Gary Smith says, I was there in the hospital dealing with anxiety and depression. I feel much better now. You guys really help me when I'm feeling low.
Oh, that's
happy
good.
to help.
Yeah, happy to help.
Really happy to help. Nathan Cotti, Kurt Hawkins beats Roman. Huge pop.
That'd be a huge pop. That'd be
That would be a
maybe the
massive
biggest
pop.
pop. That'd be
Perhaps.
the biggest pop.
TJ Fuse, by the way, I'm going to be a pro wrestler, and I challenge Adam Mayhem for the H title. Book it, gents. I'll beat him for free. No PO. He's not demanding a PO.
He's got to get past, what's his name? Wiley Jackie Robinson?
Cousin Willie Jackie Robinson.
Hey, Adam Mayhem's been on a tear, dude. He's been on his world tour.
Yeah, man.
New Friendo Road coming up tomorrow morning, too. With Kurt, James Rodriguez, with Kurt telling Heyman that it'll be a long time till Brock gets his rematch. Do you think he'll get the belt back right before his UFC fight at the December pay-per-view, only for Roman to win the Royal Rumble in January?
No.
Set it up at Mania next year.
No. We're not going to see Brock in WWE ring anytime between now and his UFC fight.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's in fight camp now. He's got to get ready for that.
And I don't think there's any plans for him. Given that what we know now, I doubt there's any plans for his return until his entire UFC thing is done with.
Yeah.
If he wins that title, he's not going to be coming back.
Yeah.
Until he loses the title and decides to call it a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think. He might have a Mania match. I mean, once his title fight's in December.
No, it's January, end of January.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, end of January.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point, because I don't. Is he? Do we know he can't be favored?
I don't know if there's any odds released.
Yeah,
yet,
I don't
but
know if there's any
I wouldn't
odds on
think
that.
so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so
Cormier
either.
is pretty dominant.
Yeah, and Brock has wrestled once since 2012.
Yeah. Horton hears a new rider. What would be the craziest leaked info that turns out to be true? For example, Triple H has been in charge of booking Roman this whole time, and Vince has been booking NXT.
So, the craziest leak that could be true. What about this? That they tell Jonathan Coachman to intentionally add nothing to the broadcast so that people like Michael Cole and Corey Graves even more.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, you like that
That's
one?
not bad. It's not bad. Oh, Fiend Kicks, safe landing for Post. And he adds, Larson wears super kicks. I was working on it this morning. This weekend was crazy. Had sick dog,
Very
sick
happy
kid,
about that.
family in town, a lot going on. It should be up no later than tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it up today, but no later than tomorrow.
Lacey's looking at getting us. She's getting a new door. New door lock. She's might get a code one.
Oh, okay. Those are neat. Quiet Wyatt. Can Dean defend either belt while in the Shield? I don't think they're free-birding those belts.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No indication they're free-birding the belts.
Yeah, they should. That'd be cool. Let's see here.
Foxy the Foxy Fox. We kind of talked about this already, but it was a lot of people like this question. Hey there, friendo. So is the Shield a heel or face faction now? Is the Shield doing Shield things?
Yeah, so like a lot of people had the same question on the Friendoverse Facebook group, all over the place. And we didn't really get too much into it besides what you just said. But no, I just think they're going to do. I don't think. Here's the thing, though. I don't think they're going to come out and cut super babyface promos, being cool with the crowd and everything. I think they're going to be a bunch of badasses who just take care of business. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think they're going to fight.
They're not going to do anything outwardly heelish.
Let me ask you this, though.
They're not going to do anything that's going to cater directly to the crowd.
Was it a tactical error coming out before the bell rang?
Yeah.
Come out after the bell rings.
And then the cash-in happens.
The cash-in's already happened. You beat up Braun.
Ends in a DQ.
He doesn't get the title.
Nope.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to risk bell rings, Strowman hits a power slam.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
By the time they get down to the ring.
Plus, that might, the DQ finish might prompt Constable Corbin to say, "Hey, you get rematch."
Yeah, maybe.
Then he's like a heel Constable.
Yeah, no, he's
why
like,
wouldn't he
either of them?
Why wouldn't he just book himself in Universal matches, Universal title matches
all the
every
time?
week?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Ciaran? Ciaran, thank you. Hey, friendo, first time super chat. Build your own Star Trek crew with wrestlers.
Oh, we've done this before. John Cena's the captain. Daniel Bryan is... What would Daniel Bryan be? Like, part of me wants to say ship's counselor.
But then you have Xavier Woods with a PhD in psychology.
Oh, he's got to be ship's counselor.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
Xavier Woods is ship's counselor, yeah.
Yeah. Big E would be the guy who's like in 10 forward, making sure all the guests are happy.
All right.
Not just the bartender, but, I don't know what the MC, I guess. I don't know.
Security chief.
Well, Braun.
Shield.
That's
gotta be the Shield.
Oh, the entire Shield.
entire
There you
Shield
go.
now.
Yeah. Okay. They Freebird security chief.
There you go. Yeah, 3 8-hour shifts.
Transporter chief is Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, obviously. Demon Balor's got to have some role because he can apparently manifest nebulas.
Oh, he's down in chief engineer.
Yeah, engineering.
Let's see.
We can have Daniel Bryan as first officer then, if John Cena's the captain.
Oh, that makes sense. That guy. I have noticed that Paul Heyman has only really managed the quiet tough guy like Lesnar, not including CM Punk. Would it be a good change of pace if he was put with a more laid-back, chill personality like Matt Riddle? That'd be great.
That'd be
love
interesting.
That. Oh, that's funny. He says, I could see Heyman cutting a serious tough guy promo with Riddle behind him eating a bag of Funyuns. Bro.
Quiet Wyatt. One more. Have you noticed Undisputed Era in WWE's music group have the same initials, and in the same order, CFOs.
Oh, yeah. Now it's the S on there, too.
Yeah,
huh?
now it's CFOs for both of them.
That's
Tommy T. Hey, friendos. My question is, do you think people overestimate the popularity of New Japan in NXT because even Meltzer has said while wrestling is in a boom period within the wrestling community, besides Rousey, it's at a low when it comes to casual fans? I don't know if people overestimate the popularity of New Japan and NXT. I think just the people who are fans of wrestling are just more fervent fans of wrestling because wrestling is so good right now.
I think all entertainment has reached sort of a niche level.
Yeah.
There are so many movie properties, book property. I was looking at Twitter last night at the VMAs, at the list of nominees.
Oh, I didn't know.
Beyond people who are like Timberlake, J-Lo apparently is still around.
Yeah, she got the Video Vanguard Award.
Yeah. Beyond that, I have no idea who these people are, right? And I looked up something like 7-8 million Twitter followers, right? Because I'm old, but I still I like new acts. They're not going to be. It's all segmented. It's all niche these days.
There's so many options these days.
There are so many options that I think more and more things have a hard time finding unless you're like a huge tentpole thing like the Marvel movies, which has a bizarrely huge. Like so many people know about Infinity War. So many people know about the Thanos.
My wife was watching that last night while I was trying to watch Raw.
Yeah.
It's distracting because I want to know what's going on.
I know. It's a really fun movie.
It's a really good-looking movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really good-looking
so
movie.
fun. Like, during the scene where the Guardians met Thor for the first time, and it's just a laugh a minute, but it's still cool and serious.
Oh, that bit where Thanos was, turning the Guardians into, cubes.
Yeah.
That was freaky.
But during the Thor and Guardians bit, so Lacey, we watched Infinity War in the theaters, but, a bit later during its run, and Lacey had just caught up with because Thor Ragnarok really got her into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And Doctor Strange because she's a big Cumberbatch fan. And so we were watching it, and I turned to her. She has the biggest grin on her face, and I lean over, and she says, "This is the best movie ever," because it's so good.
Yeah.
Like it's so charming.
Yeah.
But that has like a big casual. Everybody knows about those now.
Yeah. That's crossover from niche entertainment.
So much else. Like you can be a massive, massive company and be essentially niche entertainment.
Double T. So if you were being so if we were being honest, if last night the entirety of the Elite debuted and laid waste to the Shield, do you think it would have made a substantial impact on the casual audience? Personally, while I love them, I don't think that they have the mainstream aura like Brock, so I don't see them being a big ratings draw for more than a week or two. It would create buzz, but I don't necessarily think there'd be a huge mainstream impact.
Yeah, it's not like I don't know.
It would like shake the wrestling world. But
So okay, what's the ceiling? What's the ceiling for ratings right now for Raw? 4 million?
Yeah.
Probably 4 million, right?
Yeah.
It hit 4 million. It would hit its ceiling, but
Yeah.
its ceiling isn't that much. It's like 500,000 than what it usually is. It's like usually around 3.5. And that's the nature of it being niche. Like the crowd would probably lose their shit.
yeah, and it generated a lot of buzz within the wrestling community.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I mean, there'll be some like write-ups on Sports Illustrated and stuff like that. But would NBC like news cover it? No.
No, of course not.
No.
Nobody would care.
CM Punk finds it inadmissible in court. Does Roman Reigns' nuclear heat have the potential to bring the rest of the Shield down with him? No.
Here's the question, though. Going back to that last one about ratings. Could Conor McGregor, if he were to show up, would that move the needle? I have a hard time thinking it would.
No.
I'm not sure anything really can move the needle beyond what happened like during the Attitude Era, where the stars that were there were built up to such a degree that it was so cool to watch.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I don't think anybody can just come in and do that anymore.
No. It might supply a one-time pop, but after that it would settle back down. Zach Stolpa, power rank wrestlers to be Undisputed Era proteges. What about Donovan Dijak?
No, man. He would be sitting here like this. You wouldn't know. Matt Riddle.
No, he's kind of already too popular to just be a protege.
Real? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think so.
Well, what? Okay. Well, Dijak's too old looking.
Well, he could be like people that changes their career late in life and start at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Then who then? Give me a
I'm trying to think of some other Ring of Honor alumni.
Yeah, I know. Me too. But
Because that's the connection between all those guys.
I know. Who's in Ring of Honor right now? Who's their champion? Oh, Jay Lethal's their champion right now. Yeah, Cody's in there.
About Punishment Martinez.
No, man. He's too like me. Like his name is Punishment.
Yeah. Well, they changed it in NXT.
My name is That's undisputed.
Who else is in Ring of Honor? I mean, they're all old people. Jay Lethal's their champ. They got SCU. They're all like combined age of like 150. Adam Page is too like badass, serious dude.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? I need to start watching Ring of Honor TV, man. I don't know half the people that are there. The Briscoes are like super old.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's weird.
Right? What, you got a name?
What about Matt Taven? He's the leader of the Kingdom. Wasn't Adam Cole in that for a while?
Was he? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was. Yeah.
TK Orion. Is his leg healed by now?
I think so.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was really
That
bad.
was really bad. All right, let's do pay-per-view, Steve.
It's such a specific era that these guys just came out of, the Ring
Yeah.
of Honor, the Undisputed Era guys.
Yeah, no.
Because their contemporaries are more like, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, guys like that. Seth Rollins even, maybe.
What should we do for pay-per-view?
My wife is trying to send me pictures of different doorknobs.
A lot of people are saying Flip Gordon would fit in with Undisputed Era.
Okay, that's a good name. That's a good name.
That's a good
Flip
name.
Gordon.
That's a good name. Good protege.
All right, we're doing pay-per-view?
Yeah.
How about this? Speaking of Ring of Honor, What's their thing coming up? Death by Dishonor?
Death before dishonor.
Death before Dishonor? Death before Dishonor. Their video promos are so cheesy. They're very, I'll put it this way, they're very old school, but they're so cheesy. I think that's one thing that bugs me about Ring of Honor. The wrestling's really good and everything, don't get me wrong, but their presentation is just kind of cheesy. Ring of Honor. But then I say that and I like Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, so what are you gonna
All right, I'm going to do Death Before Dishonor 3 from 2005.
Oh, wow, okay. Hold on. I'm going to go back in time. I am going to do...
Well, it was, and then it redirected me back to the same page.
All right, I'm going to do 2015. And
All right.
I have 8. So pay-per-view, we pick 2 pay-per-views of the same genre, ilk, whatever. And we quiz each other over results.
I'll try 2012,
It's
see if
very
that gets
fun.
me. There we go. I'll do 2012.
Okay, I have 2015 up.
Hold on, let me get the results up. There you go. How many matches do you have?
I have 8.
I have 9, so I'll ditch the first
Just
one.
the first one. Okay, I'll go first. In a singles match, Takaki Watanabe versus top-notch super best Donovan Dijak.
Oh, wow. Top notch.
Very good.
The first match, Silas Young versus Tadarius Thomas in a Survival of the Fittest 2012 qualifying match.
I'll say Silas Young lost.
Yeah.
In a singles match, Moose versus Cedric Alexander.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moose.
No.
Ooh.
Cedric.
Wow. Next, in a singles match, ACH versus Kyle O'Reilly.
This is 2012.
Yeah.
I'll say Kyle O'Reilly. Tag team match. Roppongi Vice, obviously the team of Beretta and Rocky Romero, versus Briscoes, man.
Briscoes.
Yeah. They've been book strong for like the last 15
Yeah, I
years.
know. Tag match, the Briscoes versus Rhett Titus and Charlie Haas.
The Briscoes.
No.
No?
No.
All right. In a singles match, Adam Cole, baby, versus Dalton Castle.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby.
Of course. Next, another tag match. The Irish Airborne, who are the Chris brothers, taking on the House of Truth, Roderick Strong and Michael Elgin.
Oh, it's got to be Strong and Elgin.
Yeah.
Okay. No DQ match. Adam Page, obviously before he had the Hangman gimmick, versus ACH. This is 3 years ago.
Page.
Yes.
Next, a match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Mike Mondo, the challenger, versus Adam Cole, baby.
I'm going to say Adam Cole, baby.
Correct.
And that's undisputed.
It is undisputed.
4-corner survival tag team match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Daniels and Kazarian versus Redragon versus The Kingdom. Wait. Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, and then again, and War Machine was the other one. So you got War Machine, The Kingdom was Taven and Michael Bennett.
Redragon.
Redragon.
And what was the other one?
Daniels and Kazarian.
This is 2015?
Yes. And hold on, the champions were The Addiction in the first place.
Go with the Kingdom.
No, Daniels and Kazarian retained.
Damn. Next, Ring of Honor World Tag Championships. They were vacant.
Okay.
Scum, who were Jimmy Jacobs and Steve Corino,
Okay.
versus Rhett Titus and Charlie Haas
Oh, that's interesting.
with Shelton Benjamin.
I'm gonna go with the not Jimmy Jacobs, the Titus guy.
Wrong.
No.
Scum won.
Really? Scum won?
Scum won.
Oh, wow. Good for them. Finally, singles match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. The champion, Jay Lethal, versus Roderick Strong.
Jay Lethal.
60-minute time limit draw.
Oh, damn. Next,
Boy, that was probably a good match.
no disqualification match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. The challenger, Rhino, versus the champion, Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen. Yeah. All right. I got 5. Yay. Interesting stuff. I got to dive into that
Yeah, I know.
honor club.
I know.
Got to dive into it.
We got it.
We got it.
Might as well take advantage of it.
Got to use it. Anyways, that's it for show today. Thanks. Do we have any more super chats?
No.
No? Okay, cool. Right on.
We're done.
Cool. Anyways, that's it for show. Hilton, can you please hit the music? Thank you, Hilton. Appreciate it. Anyways, patrons, stay tuned. We got a great post show coming up. I got to figure out what Jason the Cabbie wanted to watch. And yeah, until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.